Hello everybody, my name is Jurassic Jr. and today we are back with another top 10 list of killer whales who have passed away in captivity. Only in captivity. If you guys remember in the last video, which I will leave down in the description of this video, you guys would remember that we had two wild killer whales named Granny and L98 Luna, and the rest were all captive killer whales. But in today's video is only captive killer whales. So before we get into the list, guys, I just want to talk about something real quick, and that is why it's taken me so long to get part 2 up. The biggest reason is because during my first take of this video, I got blocked for visual restrictions, and the footage that I showed had no blood or nothing gruesome inside of it, and I am sorry it has taken me this long to get part 2 up. But guys, we are here with take number 2, and hopefully this one goes good. So without further ado, guys, let's jump in to part 2. Our first killer whale comes from the same facility that Narnia from the last video lived at as well. But instead, this is a male killer whale by the name of Nord. Nord was an approximately 16-year-old male Russian transient killer whale who lived at the Moskvarium in Moscow, Russia. He was captured in the Gulf of Sakhalin in Russia on August 13, 2013. Nord passed away on June 23, 2023 after suffering from an acute peptic ulcer. The next orca on this list is an adult male killer whale by the name of Namu. Namu was an adult male killer whale who lived at the Seattle Marine Aquarium. Namu was accidentally captured by fishermen with his sibling C-15 and kept in the net for several days. He became the first performing killer whale. Namu's popularity is what started the captures of killer whales for display in captivity. The next orca on this list is a female killer whale by the name of Kohana. Kohana was a 20-year-old female Icelandic killer whale who lived at Laurel Parque. She was born tail first on May 3, 2002 at 8:30 p.m. PST at SeaWorld San Diego. Her mother was Takara and her father was Tilikum, and she was the second killer whale to be successfully conceived through artificial insemination. Kohana was the matriarch of the Laurel Parque pod. She passed away on September 14, 2022 from a heart defect, which was referred to in the necropsy as cardiac malformation. The next orca on this list is another female killer whale by the name of Gudrun. Gudrun was an approximately 20-year-old female Icelandic killer whale who lived at SeaWorld Orlando. Gudrun was captured from Iceland on October 28, 1976. She lived at SeaWorld for 9 years until her death from stillborn complications on February 25, 1996. Gudrun was named after the Icelandic fishing vessel that was used to capture her, the Gudrun. The next killer whale on this list is yet another female killer whale named Bonnie. Bonnie was a 15-year-old female killer whale who lived at Marine World. She was the first killer whale to give birth in captivity, although her calf was a stillborn. After the birth, Bonnie stopped eating normally and did not interact with her tank mate, Keanu. On July 29, 1968, about 2 weeks after she gave birth, Bonnie sadly died. The cause of death was reported as grief or a broken heart, but the actual cause of death was likely stillbirth complications. The next orca on this list is again yet another female killer whale named Freya. Freya was an approximately 34-year-old female Icelandic killer whale who lived at marine land in Tibes. She was captured in October 1982 from Stokesay, Iceland. She died in June 2015 due to an undisclosed illness. The next orca on this list is a male orca named Kotar. Kotar was a 17-year-old male orca who lived at SeaWorld San Antonio. He was captured in Iceland on October 26, 1978, and died on April 1, 1995. Soon after his capture, Kotar was moved to SeaWorld San Diego. Kotar was an interactive and outgoing whale. Because of this, he was chosen to go into the park's petting pool. In 1981, he was sent to SeaWorld Orlando. Here, he met several different whales and got along well with them. They even performed together as well. He spent a lot of time with Katina, Kalina, Kona, Tu, and Kohana. Sadly, before the birth of one of Kotar's sons, Keiko, Kotar passed away unexpectedly. Kotar had learned how to open the gates to the pools. He ended up doing this, and after the gate opened, it closed on his head. He passed away from a broken skull. Before we head on to the next orca, I want to give a big shout out right now to Nina Mendoza. Nina originally gave me the idea for Kotar after she sent me the beautiful comment you guys will see on the right side of the screen that she posted in the last video, in part 1. So thank you, Nina, for the idea of Kotar. And when I saw her comment on Kotar, I was like, I have to put this orca in this list. So again, thank you so much, Nina. And now your orca is in this list. The next orca on this list is a female killer whale by the name of Kayla. Kayla was a 30-year-old female killer whale who lived at SeaWorld Orlando. She was born tail first at 12:10 p.m. CST on November 26, 1988 at SeaWorld San Antonio. She was the first killer whale to be successfully born and raised at the park. Kayla was a very reliable animal, often performing in waterworks when they were still permitted. She was a favorite among trainers due to her strong personality and sharp wit, much like her half-sister, Orchid. Unfortunately, Kayla passed away at 12:15 a.m. EST on January 28, 2019, after losing a battle with a sudden respiratory illness. The next orca on this list is an orca I'm pretty sure almost everyone remembers from their childhood watching Free Willy, and his name is Keiko. Keiko was an approximately 26-year-old male killer whale who was captured near the southeast side of Iceland on November 5, 1979, alongside another male, King. He is famous for his starring role as Willy in the movie Free Willy. He was also one of the only killer whales to be rehabilitated and released after living in captivity for an extended period of time. He sadly died of acute pneumonia in Taknes Bay, Norway on December 12, 2003. He is arguably one of the most famous marine mammals and played a big role in the childhoods of many. Both Keiko's true and fictional stories continue to inspire people in the modern day. The final orca on this list is an orca that actually passed away very recently. This orca goes by many names. She's more widely known as Toki, Tokiri, or Lolita. Lolita was an approximately 57-year-old female southern resident killer whale who lived at the Miami Sea Aquarium in Miami, Florida. Lolita and Corky 2 were the oldest living orcas in captivity. She was believed to be the daughter of L25 Ocean's son. Lolita passed away at the Miami Sea Aquarium on August 18, 2023, at approximately 1 p.m. from suspected renal failure. She was the last living southern resident killer whale in captivity. Well guys, that officially ends part 2's list. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'm also sorry if you guys have cried during this video, because again, I know that there was a lot of orcas in this list that people cared about, like Kotar, Lolita, and Keiko. So yeah, I'm really sorry if any of you guys cried, and I'm also, again, really sorry it has taken me this long to get part 2 out. But to end this episode off, guys, as I said in the last video, nothing will change my perspective on how these animals have become the apex predators of our ocean, and they will always remain the apex predator in my eyes and my heart. And I'm just gonna be completely honest here. Orcas are the kings and queens of our oceans. Again, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, I will try to find 10 or 8 more orcas to do a list on and make part 3. And again, guys, as I asked in the last episode, if you guys have seen or met any of these orcas, let me know in the comments below. It would be really cool if any of you guys have met these orcas in person. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And if you guys want to see more, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, Raptor Squad.